back in the world of Eterna, and we're back on the PTR server. We're going to continue taking a look at the new player experience. So, as I said, they made some considerable changes to the starting quest. So far, they seem to flow a little better. We did take a look at Everfall last time, and that was pretty impressive. And after recording, I ran my way up to Monarch's Bluff as well, and that's also radically different from what it was. So, we are going to continue the quest here. I noticed they've changed a lot of names of places and changed how everything looks and feels. Search.
This is only the beginning. All these sailors join our cause. Soon, it will be all of humanity.
Okay, she is absolutely bat crazy. And of course, because I did all this running around, I've also leveled up considerably too. Downside. I've noticed something else. You have little spots where you can, what do they call it? You could collect different weapons. So I just collected a rapier. We're destroying corruption nodes. That's interesting. That's new. Follow Grace O'Malley. Follow who? Oh, we're following some NPC around, huh? When did I pick her up? Am I gonna help rescue some people?
Well now, can't tell you what a relief it was seeing someone who was still human. I was beginning to think I was all alone out here. The rest of the world is gone.
There's actually a watchtower nearby.
Perfect. I was betting there'd be some kind of town nearby. Thinking I'd go look for it after I'm done out here. But I'm not about to go walking away from the fleet of freshly crashed boats. Not if I have a choice in the matter.
Oh, she's a pirate, all right.
This isn't my first shipwreck, you know. One thing I've learned, you have to always think ahead, keep an eye on the horizon. And there's booty to be had here. Catfish, treasures, captain and crew is stashed on board.
You're looting these ships?
Of course. Not like these rotters tear down port, and I'll be needing a new ship and a crew. That takes toil. In fact, if you want to partner up, I'll split the loot 70-30. Or what the hell, 60-40 even. What do you say? Then we can head down and watch them.
How about an even split?
That's the spirit. It's a deal. I need to circle back to my own ship to grab what I can, whether it's a grip over there I haven't searched yet. Find the manifest first and look for whatever's listed. I'll meet you over there. Fortune, smile on you, mate.
Oh, thank you. She's an interesting character. Hopefully she doesn't get corrupted in the process. That would kind of suck. She seems kind of nice for a pirate. On the day of the expedition set sail, I discovered what Isabella had used in her negotiation. It was shackled below decks of the Santa Maria de la Consolacion, a dirty, hunched man with a great beard and eyes like embers in the hollows of his face. His wrists and ankles were clapped in irons, though there were nowhere for him to run, lest he sought to plunge over the side and drown, perhaps. She had freed the heretic from his church cell. This man, barely human at all, was to be our guide. If I had known, I would never have come aboard, and now I fear where the words of this man will take us. To the bottom of the sea, or worse, to hell. I do not know, but it is some place far from God's grace, of that I am certain. I was to learn later on, the red sign had sought to extract the knowledge of the Isle of Azoth from the madman many times, but the only one he said he would show was Isabella. She must be the captain, he said. Do this, and I shall show you the way to Vitae Aeternum. It is a devil's price, and Isabella has paid it.
Steal from one another, like rats fighting over scraps.
Yeah, the little tidbits with Isabella are kind of interesting. The La Rosette. Oh, excuse me. I see somebody else has chosen to use the moniker PTR at the end of their name. Interesting. I'm not the only one. The La Rosette's Manifest. Well, they made it easy to find. A little too easy to find, I think. The Manifest. We set forth from Honfleur with a hold full of cargo and a handful of uniquely valuable items from Paris as a gift to the soldiers at the new fort. These items include a silver candelabra from the court of the late King Henry the Great, a blessed chalice from Bishop Richelieu of the church at Lucan, and an astrolabe used by Samuel Champlain himself during an earlier voyage across the Great Western Ocean. Marcel Dupont. So we're looking for 3 items: an astrolabe, a candelabra, and a chalice. The way this place looks, it looks like somebody attempted to live here. Somebody left a board behind. Well, I will be taking that. Brunhilde has reached level 6. I'm not worried about that right now because I'm already level 8. This must be the astrolabe. Okay. That pig returns quick, doesn't he? I'm surprised I haven't seen any undead pirates here. A lot of boar. What do we have here? The candelabra. That kind of looks like the one I have on my table in my house. The Blessed Chalice. A little bit hand-holdy, if you ask me. Okay, how do I get over there? Talk to Grace O'Malley. O'Malley. Perhaps a little bit too theme park.
Here we are. I'm starting to worry. More importantly, though, what you find. Let's see here. Ooh, yes, these are definitely worth a coin or two. Soon as we find it out, we'll sell 'em and split.
A profit.
Unfortunately, I didn't have as much luck as you did. Those damn red-eyed rotters are swarming all over the wreckage of my ship. Worried it's not enough leaving behind my own treasures, but I can't get through the monsters.
You want me to try?
Now there's a good mate. Tough one too, if you're so confident. I don't think so. Tell you what, if you get my stuff back, I'll give you a greater share of our profits. 40-60. Or what the hell, 30-70. What'd you say?
It's a deal. What am I looking for?
Most of our cargo is lost at sea, and I got my captain's log on the way out. What's burning me now is leaving behind my ship's flag and my lucky wheel. Yet goes, and then maybe we meet at that watchtower. Works for me.
Okay. So we need to find her ship. Oh, the Satisfaction. Before we do anything else, let's spend a couple points here. Let's actually try to remember to block once in a while, huh? Man, corruption is just all over the place here. Kind of makes sense. Got a hatchet and a fire staff out of that. Return to the Windsward Watchtower. Anything else down there? Probably nothing, considering how corrupted everything is. The one thing I have not found yet is the one thing I wanted to try out the most, and that's a great sword. And I just got a point in sword and shield. I'm having way too much fun killing these guys. see what we got. Some weak health potions. I'll shove them in here for now. Basic musket, basic fire staff, hatchet, a dread keel. What the heck is that? Oh, it's a great sword. Oh, hello. I did not realize that. Oh, good grief. It's like, it's as tall as she is. It's kind of ridiculous looking. But let's see how it works, because that is the big thing. How does this thing swing in battle? It is ridiculous looking though, isn't it? The local priest came to speak to me this morning as I sat within the church. I shared my thoughts with him, and he quoted scripture to me. I had not exchanged more than a few words with him before, but the words came easily. I told him of the absence I felt of family, the fear of debt, and aside from the looming misfortune, there was the looming presence of age to contend with. My brothers had their lives taken from them by the sea, but mother and father, they deserved more years than they were granted. I told the priest my father had often spoke quite passionately of a fountain of youth where he might take back his years and gain enough years to recover from the trials that life brought with it. Excuse me. Get out of my way. I'm reading. The priest was silent at this and said, almost apologetically, that we were given this life a requisite number of years because more might cheapen life's beauty. To wish to extend one's life, he seemed quite pained at this, was even considered offensive, heretical by the church. He spoke as if he had heard heretics say such, which piqued my curiosity. When I pressed him on it, he protested that I had misread his tone. Anyone speaking, let alone claiming to have proof of such nonsense, would be kept under lock and key so their madness might not affect others. He knows of someone like this. I am certain of it. I will make inquiries. Isabella. Whoa, okay. That hits like a pile of bricks when you use a heavy attack. Actually, it's not as tall as she is. I think it's taller than her. Oh, good grief. Okay. Alright, so make a couple light rations here. And what else do we want to do? Weapon mastery. So we have a weapon mastery in sword and shield. Where do we want to put that? Could put it in elemental resistance or put it in Shield badge. At least we're familiar with Sword and Shield. Now, great sword. We have Onslaught. Now, if I remember right, oh, okay. So Onslaught embodies offense. Defiance is defense. Huh. Okay, so do I want to hit hard? Or do I want the defense? I think I want the defense, so we're going to go with Defiance. Block for 2 seconds while reducing block stamina damage taken by 90%. Then unleash a counterattack that strikes all foes within a 4-meter radius. Interesting. Very interesting.
Welcome back, my friend. Glad to see you're still with us. I was elated to meet another survivor, but I fear we lost you in the process. Oh, Grace O'Malley. A real piece of work, isn't she? I'll say I would have wanted to make that trade.
Okay.
While you were away, I think I may have located the source of this endless storm. There's a network of sea caves nearby where the corrupted seem to be gathering. Something nefarious is going on in there. I feel certain of it.
We should check it out.
See, now there's someone willing to step up. I can't do this alone. I thought perhaps our new friend might join as well, but she's not really the joining type, is she?
I can talk to her.
I suspect you'll be wasting your breath, but give it a go. Why not, right? I'll go ahead and scout out the entrance to the caves. Whether she comes or not, I'll meet you there.
Interesting. They actually have the NPCs moving around and actually getting involved. Very interesting. Where will you go?
Good old Watcher Lace and Reese says there's a town. I'll head there and sell this loot. I'll set your cart aside until I get there. For my part, I'll be saving up for a ship to escape this hellish island.
Didn't you hear about the storm wall?
Oh, I heard a lot of stuff from Watcher Lace and Reese, but I don't believe even half of it. Besides, Captain Grace O'Malley never met a storm she couldn't navigate. I'll find a way. You can come with me, if you like.
I'll meet you in town at least.
Have it your way, hero. I just hope you don't end up as one of those monsters yourself. Don't worry about me burning you on the loot. You did me a favor and I'm good for it. As long as you survive, that is. I'll be there.
Okay. I kind of like that the NPCs move about the world. That, actually, I appreciate that.
Hey, you gave it a try at least. Ugh, that Grace O'Malley's a pirate to the bone. Doesn't care about anyone but herself. Looking at the corrupted mass in here, however, neither her nor anyone else will be safe if this keeps up. The storm is centered right above these caves. No doubt about it. I suspect some foul magic's afoot in there. hospitality.
Ready to go in?
I don't know. If we both fall in there, there'll be no one to get word to town. I certainly don't trust that pirate to do so. I say we head back to town and recruit as many sword arms as we can, and then come back.
There's no time for that. I'll go on.
Damn it, I forbid it. But I fear you're right. Their numbers are growing too fast. Go then, but be quick about it. Look for the source of the storm and destroy it. I will meet you back at the watchtower. Godspeed, my friend.
Alright, so he's not going to help us out, but it is kind of interesting that they move to the point of the next quest objective, kind of leading you there. So for somebody who's never played New World before, that actually is rather convenient. I still say it feels a tiny bit handholdy, but okay, whatever. Now, what did we want to do? I do know that we want to eat some food before we go in. Always a good idea to eat. Did I just... I did. Storage, trading tax, or station fee. Well, I guess it's not going to matter. It's PTR, so we'll pick storage. Search
One
for...
day shall witness the power manifest, the true future of the human race.
If anything, they've made this place even darker and more desperate. Okay, so we've mastered another level, the Great Sword. What are we going to get now? Calamity counter, we have that. Path of Defiance. Jagged counter. Pure solvents. Oh, I don't need to attack it, but I will take it. Could use the repair ports. At least that's the same. Stop and grab the saltpeter. Are they going to increase the amount of saltpeter you can find? That would be nice. Considering it's supposed to show up in caves, and this is a cave. There's our bad guy. Destroy corruption laws, huh? Ah. Okay. Saltpeter. Might as well get it coming and going. And some loot. I already defeated him. Why's he following me?
You steal that which is mine. You assault my followers. And now you disrupt my plans. This is personal.
She might be a little ticked off with me right now.
Oh, God's teeth! When I saw the storm receding, I knew you had triumphed. What was it there? Some kind of abomination? A corruption rift? I've heard legends of such things from way back.
It was some kind of ritual.
That's a story fit for legend right there, I'd say. You have no idea what a relief this is. I didn't want to sound pessimistic, but nothing like this has happened in the 300 years I've been here.
You've been here how long?
Those who've been here longer, the ones who haven't been driven mad by all the years, they tell horror stories about the corrupted. It seems that centuries ago, some dark sorcerer came and corrupted everyone on the island.
The cleric? Do you think it's happening again?
I suspect we'll see more corrupted in the future. Let's hope we can prevent such darkness as the legends speak of. Still, I'll write a report for the town. When the storms recede, but remain vigilant.
Can I deliver the report?
I hate to ask you to be the bearer of bad tidings, but I should stay here. Just deliver the report to the guard at the gate. Then get yourself a nice cup of meat at the tavern. You deserve it.
Okie doke.
Come closer. It is time you know the whole truth.
Investigate the ancient statue. Huh. Interesting article of clothing there. I have all sorts of stuff here. So we got a musket, a warhammer, a blunderbuss, a flat bow, ice gauntlet, another blunderbuss. A musket, a fire staff, a hatchet. So they actually provide you your choice of weapons from the very start. Granted, they're all basic weapons, but you're almost guaranteed to get something you want. And I'm just going to salvage those that I actually know I don't use, like the musket and the bow and the hatchet. Oh, what's this? A warhammer. Something else to break. worth, so we'll get rid of that one. Isabel's like, excuse me, I told you to come over here. What's taking you so long? I'm like, I'm not at your beck and call, lady. I'm not one of your lackeys. Ah. It's the statue from the preview intro. Or the... what do you call it? The trailer? Yes, that's it. That is the statue from the trailer. Very interesting.
And so it came to pass, the heart of the Tempest, Captain Isabella herself, defeated, abandoned by the power for which she traded everything. The Soul Wardens were victorious, pulling Aturlan and the world back from the precipice of doom. But at what cost? So many of their numbers corrupted or lost. Their fragile alliance crumbling as the factions fight for dominance. And what of the allies they believe they gained in the angry earth? It would be clear soon enough that the vengeful hand of nature would grasp far more than equilibrium. And the void exposed when the surge in corruption abates would become a threat of itself. As the soulless remnants of this conflict rise from the battlefield to find purpose and power in a source as yet unrealized. Yes, the hapless inhabitants of Eternum will soon learn that this chapter may have come to a close, but the real horrors have just begun.
Okay. Interesting cinematic. I'm kind of glad they added a couple of those to the game. Also, I'm pretty sure that the heretic that Isabella bargains with to come here must be this dark sorcerer that was mentioned. I have to admit, I appreciate that they're... Excuse me, rude. That they're fleshing out the lore of the game. Honestly, it would have been nice if some of this had happened before the game launched. I'm kind of thinking the game really did need a little extra time.
Did you see my court? The wilds at Eternum have never been safe. But the roads? I've never seen anything like this before today. Vicious bulls came out of nowhere. They'd all be troubles.
Why would they do that?
How should I know? Do I look like some kind of
Can I help?
You mean you help old hapless Hal? Ah, why yes, you're a saint. Take my sickle, hunt up some truffles, and bring them to the settlement. Oh, gather any herbs or berries you see for yourself as well. They'll fetch a gold or two on the trading post.
Okie doke. So we need to gather some truffles and anything else we can get our hands on. That sword is ridiculously big. Oh good, people can share the same quest node. Now if they'd only make it so that people can't just run in and steal your kills when you make them. Let's see, we've gotten that one. Gotten that one. Chapter 2, Lost Hope. I guess they're still having a few bug issues with this. Somebody just mentioned Azoth staff being bugged. Main Azoth staff is bugged. MS. What's MSQ? I'm having fun with the great sword. Yeah, definitely it is fun. I won't lie about that. Okay, now it's not letting me gather the last truffle I need. I've unlocked my first bag slot in duels. I don't care about duels. Yeah, for some reason I'm not able to gather the last truffle I need, which is really annoying. Let's go ahead and repair some stuff. Okay. So yeah, some things are definitely bugged. They make the turkeys dumber. I mean, why? Okay, I'm just, for the moment, I'm going to skip it. But that's annoying that I'm not able to get my last truffle. Of course, here's Windsward. And, okay, so the wall wasn't there before, I don't think. So the wooden stake wall here is new. Now, my roommate, who's also played, we went and saw Monarch's Bluff, and while he certainly liked the changes, one thing he didn't like was that with the wall, you kind of lose the view if you own a house. And he's not like a role player or anything like that. He just likes what he likes, and he didn't like that part. However, I thought it looked pretty good. Do I have any ads off yet? No. Which means I can't easily travel there, so we can go look at it. Which is too bad, because it was pretty impressive looking. Okay, I've already looked at that. I think I was supposed to enter from this direction. Marcel Dupont.
What was that? What pieces do you have in Corinth? Go to the water. Okay, I'll taste that. So, what's the promotion? What's the hedge story? Yes. What do we have enough toilets?
You're about to have a few more.
According to Mrs. Report, what's the hero? Good for you. Hero or not, we cannot afford another masterpiece.
What happened?
Ask 5 people, you'll get 5 theories. Some say you can curse it, others blame the local druids. Some are even calling for the town's leader to speak of the winds to set down. He's doing what he can.
Is there anything I can do to help?
All right, see here. Hate to break it to you, but eternal life from eternal means eternal travel. But if you want to speak with Quartermaster Arlena. Who knows? You two can fix everything.
He has a very good French accent. So I've heard.
All that aside, the still welcome Oren. And really, I shouldn't suggest this madness is a result of bad luck. Our town leader, the Speaker of the Winds, is entirely responsible for all this.
What did the speaker do?
He broke a centuries-old tradition and stopped paying tribute to the sorceress Medea. She hasn't been seen or heard from in decades, so many have questioned whether she even exists. Seems the speaker decided to find out.
And stopping tribute caused the famine?
It can't simply be a coincidence. I've heard the stories of Medea. She's not someone you cross. The question is why the damn speaker took it upon himself to cancel the tribute without consulting anyone.
Maybe I should speak with him?
Absolutely not. You're a guest. I insist you check in at the inn. You came ashore on that terrible storm. I'll sure you need rest. In any case, it's my duty to look after the man. This is my burden.
Okay, so he wants me to they must have put lace and race at all the entrance areas. Yeah, because apparently me showing up at Monarch's Bluff triggered it over there too. Interesting. Oh, inconveniently, the inn is right next to where I spoke to the guy.
Welcome to the Southern Breeze. The gentleman's always got you. You wish to check in? Now, this is a pleasant surprise. 2 customers in one day.
Welcome to the Windsward Inn. Would you like to check in? This will allow you to recall and respawn at this settlement from anywhere in the world. Yes. You said something.
Welcome to the Southern Breeze.
You said something.
Always got you.
Ah, there she is.
Where have you been hiding? I was afraid I'd have to go back to the beach and search for ya. Not that I wanted to stay here around you. This hamlet's ready for a bloody wake.
They do seem to have some problems.
Problems. I've rented tombs more lively than this place. I don't plan on hanging around here long, not when the winds are shifting the way they are. It's bad business. Whew. I managed to sell that loot we collected. Never let it be said that Grace on Alley doesn't pay her debts. Here's your share of the coin. Think you should get to spend it.
Oh, what should I spend it on?
There's a trading post here. Not exactly thriving, but you can at least get yourself some new clothes. I'm telling you, this is a friend. You smell like something that washed in at the time.
I believe I did.
Well, there you go. You can always count on me to tell it to you straight. Get yourself onto the trading post. Need to stash anything or store shit as well. I'll be getting the lay of the land.
I kind of like the way that they presented the quest to check out the trading posts and the storage units. That was pretty funny. Now, that was, I will not lie, that was rather humorous. Alright. Not that I expect really much to be on the trading post, but, you know. Uh-huh. Oh, we got a few coin. And there. Because we always do that. So what do we want? I don't think we really want anything right now, but we'll look. Two-handed. Great swords. Iron greatsword. Iron greatsword of the ranger. What is mine? Dread kill. Okay. Iron greatsword of the ranger. Looks like they're both about the same. Or I should say they're both exactly the same. Well, this one is a gold cheaper, so we'll buy it. Alright, so we got a new great sword. Let's check out some shields. Anything's got to be better with what I'm using. No offense to whoever I got it from. Any tower shields? Yeah, that I can't afford. Alright, so I guess we're stuck with the round shield. Dexterity, strength, dexterity, strength, dexterity, dexterity, constitution, strength, strength, dexterity. Well, this one is pretty cheap, and we can use it. Alright. And, finally, our sword. I know we can do better than what we're using. Or maybe not. Okay. So we are apparently using a absolute junk sword. Let's go back down here. This one has strength, dexterity, and constitution. Alright, enough lollygagging about. We have another 2 points to spend. And we have some new stuff to equip. Well, the great sword doesn't look any different. So we can break that. We can break that. We can probably break all this junk. Excuse me. I don't have anything to repair now. Open a storage shed. Alright, so I guess the last thing we're going to do before we log off is go find the stupid storage shed and open it, which is right over there. Let's drop some stuff off in here. Reagents. all the Arcana stuff, quest items. It says I only have 2 of them. Alright. Okay, again, we've opened the storage shed, and yet it is... Okay, that's the second quest that's not reacting. I am, like, really annoyed now. They could have fixed this stuff by now. It's PTR. I have to remind myself it is PTR. And maybe next time I log in, it'll be fixed. So, what do I think of the new player experience so far? It is actually very much improved from launch. I'm liking the addition of Isabella's voice, giving you the bits of lore as you go. I really like the introduction of the fallen statue that was in the preview cinematic. I kind of like the fact that the NPCs move around. So, Layson actually did not stay in one place, but was mobile. I like that. In fact, I wish more games would do that with their NPCs. It makes it feel like they're actually not just sitting there waiting for you to trigger them. The Great Sword so far is definitely a lot of fun to play with, although I do still think it looks kind of big and funny. We'll see. Maybe later versions of it will be better. But we'll take another look at it next time. And until then, bye for now.